Here's my view looking forward. I think that one of the major battlefields is going to be the southern border of the U.S. Governor Greg Abbott has created new legislation to take over control from the federal government of the border of his state. And of course, Biden's suing him now for trying to close his own border and take care of his people. Anyway, that's going to be a big one. And I think we'll get a real border, probably in 2025. I think the CBDCs, the whole battlefield over real money, is going to be a huge one. The vaccine passports, obviously the election fraud, the truth coming out about the so-called insurrection that was actually an FBI psyops. I think in Ukraine, I think that war will be over soon. And Israel, I don't know if it can end in 2024. I think it'll be over by 2025. And I think that it will expose the whole Rothschild central banking scheme that is behind the creation of that Zionist state to start with. I think the Biden crime family is getting exposed and will be history. One of the big battlefields is BRICS versus NATO. BRICS is trying to have a multipolar world with real currency based on doing commerce with one another. And NATO is trying to control the world through over 800 military bases and a bunch of lies and deceits and wars. Will we have a false flag cyber attack? There's a lot of high-level people who are warning me about that now. I hope to see gold continue to rise. It's significantly above 2,000 already, and I think it will continue because of the other realities that are going on. Same thing is going on with Bitcoin, which is up over 200%. I think we will get back to real energy, real oil, because we need it right now. We can avoid fighting wars over it if we start using it well. They're not fossil fuels. That's a misnomer created by the Rockefellers. The earth actually creates oil. There's a virtually unlimited supply, but it does create pollution problems. And that's where the free energy devices are really needed. Real COVID injuries and deaths are coming out, and I'm doing my part in that in a big way, as I just talked about. I believe we could have civil war, either if Trump wins or if he is kept out of the election. I think either of those could trigger it. I don't think it'll last very long, and I hope no shots need to be fired in order to resolve this thing. My favorite philosopher, Stefan Molyneux, is on the verge of publishing what he considers to be his best life's work, which is an absolute milestone book on peaceful parenting. He is the guy on that, but it's one of the key pieces that I believe humanity needs. Is we need to stop spanking and hitting our children, thinking that that's the way we train them to be good. I think it's the source of most of the violence in the world. And then secondly, one of my other favorite ethical philosophers, Larkin Rose, is continuing to do fabulous work on this interactive software program, which basically it asks you questions, and you go only as far as you're comfortable going. And if you keep going all the way, you end up with a coherent ethical philosophy. And then the last thing is, I know that we're in touch with an organization called Safe Blood, which internationally is organizing around creating an international network of unvaccinated people who are willing to share blood in a crisis situation with other people who need safe blood. So there are some possible breakthroughs and battlefields of 2024.